Hi guys, so in this week's discussion we're talking about Hispanics in the government. So question one, how do you think having Hispanic officials impacts national and local Hispanic communities? Obviously having a Hispanic official as a state in the state government or the national government would benefit Hispanic communities because they have someone who's advocating for them and it acts as like a voice for them when they don't have, oftentimes don't have a voice for themselves, in those smaller communities. They oftentimes get overlooked and overseen. So having someone in the government who knows what you're going through and is there to advocate for you would be very beneficial for Hispanic communities. What role did Hispanics in the U.S. play during the last election? In the last election, there were many states who typically vote red that voted blue due to Hispanic influence. Most of the time, Hispanics tend to vote Democrat, except for like in the small counties in Florida where there's a high Cuban population. So because of this, Hispanics in states like Texas and most of Florida were able to turn the state blue instead of when they're typically red. What are the top political issues for Hispanics? Based on my own research and the stuff we talked about in class, the top political issues for Hispanics tends to be the economy and jobs and education. So those are the top political issues. Obviously, they want to make sure that the economy is good enough to find jobs when they're needed, and that the education system is good enough to educate their kids. And then what current initiatives are being used to get voters out to the polls and why? Ads are targeted specifically to Hispanic communities that encourage people to get registered to vote and to vote when the time comes. There are many communities that will host voter registration drives that will help encourage those who aren't registered to vote to get registered and participate in the elections. So these types of events are being catered to Hispanics and to other people groups just to encourage everyone to get out and make sure their voice is heard.